Hola y bienvenidos a todos. Hi and welcome everyone to a Speech Bubble Languages Spanish session with me, Louise, from Speech Bubble Languages HQ here in Glasgow. In today's session, we will be exploring what makes you good at your job, your characteristics, your skills, your abilities that might make you have the right traits to be smashing at whatever you do for a living. This lesson, therefore, is suitable for intermediate language learners. Without further ado, let's get started, shall we? We're going to begin today's session by looking at two mock job offers, two ofertas de empleo. It's your job on the other end of the screen here to explore each of the job advertisements in detail. When you're ready, you can hit play again and I'll talk you through the translation and you can see how much you've understood. At your level of learning, you should be able to understand the majority of both of these adverts, but you may wish to use a Spanish dictionary to allow you to confirm the meanings of any words or expressions that you're not too familiar with. Here is our first anuncio, our first oferta de trabajo. Hit the pause button here and explore the advertisement, making some notes in English or your mother tongue as to what you think the advert's all about. So our first anuncio is as follows. Puesto, the job title, camarero or camarera, a waiter or waitress. ¿Te gusta la comida? ¿Eres trabajador y estás motivado? Do you like food? Are you hardworking? Are you motivated? Te ofrecemos un puesto como camarero en nuestro restaurante familiar situado en pleno centro del pueblo de Estepona. We're offering you a position as a waiter or waitress in our family restaurant situated in the center of the village of Estepona. En pleno centro, right in the very center, the heart of the town or village. Debes tener más de 18 años. You must be over the age of 18. El horario es de 10 horas a la semana, principalmente los lunes por la tarde y los fines de semana por la noche. The timetable, the schedule of work, is 10 hours a week, mainly Monday afternoons and the weekends in the evening. Las comidas están incluidas en el salario, que es de 9 euros por hora más propinas. Meals are included in your salary, which is set at 9 euros an hour más propinas with tips on top. If you're interested, you can see you've been told to get in touch with them on the number below. I hope we did well with our first anuncio. Are you ready for your next one? Here it is. Again, hit the pause button here and explore the text using a dictionary only if you really need to. Buena suerte. So anuncio dos, this time our puesto is a peluquero or peluquera en prácticas. En prácticas significa training or apprenticeship. So this job advertisement is advertising for a trainee or an apprentice hairdresser. Ofrecemos prácticas profesionales en nuestra peluquería situada en las afueras de Conil. We're offering practical experience, professional experience, work placement, an apprenticeship in our hairdressers, which is situated in the outskirts of Conil. Es una oportunidad perfecta para adquirir experiencia en el sector. It's a perfect opportunity to acquire experience in the sector. Debe ser educado, servicial y fiable. You must be well-mannered or polite. Educado doesn't mean educated. I hope you didn't fall down the false friend trap. Servicial, service-minded, good customer service. Y fiable, trustworthy. Debes organizar las citas, lavar el pelo de los clientes y ayudar con la limpieza. You must organize the appointments, wash your client's hair, and help with cleaning. No es necesaria experiencia previa. It's not necessary to have previous experience. Se trabajará los jueves por la tarde y todo el sábado de 8 a 6. You'll be working on Thursday evenings, afternoons, and all Saturday from 8 till 6. El salario es de 180 euros a la semana. And your salary, if your numbers are good, 180 euros a week. And if you're interested, call them on the number you can see at the bottom of the ad. I hope you did well on both of your anuncios and that you understood most, if not all, of the vocabulary that you're reading today. But let's focus on parts of our advertisements a little bit closer. Did you spot that within the advertisements, it was quite clear the capacidades, your skills, and those cualidades, the qualities that were required for each of those positions? We saw words like trabajador, motivado, educado, servicial, and fiable. These are skills or characteristics which would make the person applying great for the position. To say that you must be, in Spanish, we use the formation debes ser. Debes coming from the verb deber, to have to must do something. And ser, of course, is the verb to be in Spanish. You must be. Debes ser. On our screen now, you'll see some characteristics or qualities, skills that you might have to be or must be to make you good at a job. Lots of these are cognates. They look really like the English words, so let's try them aloud together. Atento, creativo, dedicado, grande, lógico, delgado, organizado, paciente, fotogénico, intuitivo, riguroso, científico, and deportista. Now, you'll notice that in all of these qualities, they are listed in their masculine singular formation of the adjective. Your job now is to apply your knowledge of adjective agreements and show me what the feminine version of these adjectives would look like. If you're wondering what on earth it is I'm talking about, pause here and go and check out our video on adjective agreements so you can get this task correct. So in this case then, lots of O's changing to A's with a few adjectives ending in E and ista, which are remaining the same. I hope you're familiar with that strategy. We'll have atenta, creativa, dedicada, grande, lógica, delgada, organizada, paciente, fotogénica, intuitiva, rigurosa, científica, and finally deportista. I'm going to slide them over to the other side of our screen now, as we're going to try to use these lovely new characteristics here to talk about what sort of person that you must be to make you good for the jobs that are about to pop up on the screen. So keep your eyes on the big blank space here in the middle of the screen, because here is our first puesto. Our first job pops up on the screen. ¿Cómo debes ser? What must you be like to be a policía, a policeman or a policewoman? ¿Debes ser paciente? ¿Debes ser dedicado? En tu opinión, in your opinion, ¿cómo debes ser? How would you have to be a policeman, un policía? Are you ready for another one? ¿Cómo debes ser? Si seas un científico, if you're a scientist, debes ser, which adjectives suit that job right? Say them out loud in a sentence. Debes ser. Here's our next job. Did you catch it? It was super fast. This lady was a lovely artista, an artist. Maybe perhaps you could change the gender in this sentence and make your adjectives female. ¿Cómo debes ser? What must you be like to be an artista? Our next job popped up and flopped down into the bottom of the screen there. Un modelo o una modela. To be a model, ¿cómo debes ser? What must you be like? Perhaps you could also say, no debes ser. You don't have to be. A particular characteristic might not be important for other jobs. Are you ready to try another sentence for me? ¿Cómo debe ser? What must you be like for that position? I'm sure deportista is top of the list there. Muy bien hecho. I hope you had lots of fun practicing some spoken sentences now. On the screen, you'll see that I've changed my formation now of verb deber. And instead of saying debe ser, you must be, it simply says debe ser, must be. He, she, or it must be. Our adjectives are still on the right-hand side. In fact, I'll move myself a little bit further out of the way here. And now I'm going to pop on the left-hand side lots and lots of different jobs that we've come across over the course of our World of Work block. It's your job now to put them into practice in a written format. ¿Cómo debe ser todos esos tipos de trabajos, eh? What must you be like for each of these different types of job positions? It's your job to hit pause and practice some written Spanish now. For example, if I were to choose una médica, a doctor, I would say una médica debe ser dedicada y organizada y paciente. But what about all those other lovely jobs on the screen there? Create some sentences in Spanish and focus on your spelling and your accents and accuracy throughout. Hit pause here as you work your way through that task. Well done, everyone. Now, don't forget you can share these sentences with us or your class teacher if you're attending an in-person class as well. We're here to give you a hand with everything that you're working on, both in class and in between classes too. This is our final activity of this lesson, and I am very much going to have to move myself right out of the way here now. Down the left-hand side, you'll see another sequence of different types of jobs. Some of these you may have come across before in your learning with us, or you're learning from Spanish elsewhere. But across on the right-hand side, you will see some characteristics and other elements of a person that could be important for that job. This is challenging now your reading skills. Can you match up each of the job titles with the description of the qualities and characteristics that are important for each of those positions? This may take you a little time to do, so do hit that pause button here. I'll move myself right out of the way for you and work your way through your match-up task. Good luck, everyone. Okay, folks, let's take a look at how you've done. We're going to work our way through each of our connected sentences, both looking at the Spanish and the English as we go along. They may or may not be in the order that you match them up with on your own notes. So keep your eye on the screen for each of them and check your work too. Our first sentence is un médico. Un médico es fuerte en las ciencias, siempre a la escucha. A doctor is good at science and always listens. So these screens now, where you see the answers to the matchup, will begin with a sentence in Spanish first and the English translation underneath. To get the very most of today's session, play, read the sentence in Spanish with me, check it matches what you've matched up with, then hit pause and translate that sentence to English before peeking back on the screen and seeing if your translation is accurate. So, Spanish, check it, translate it, check the English. Each of the sentences I'll say aloud in Spanish as we work our way through. Un emprendedor es autoritario, atrevido, determinado y creativo. A un profesor le gusta trabajar con niños y transmitir información. Un entrenador de rugby es deportista, competitivo y con habilidades motivacionales. Our next batch now. Un informático es lógico, organizado y riguroso. Un piloto es atento, con buena concentración y buena vista. Le gusta viajar. Un artista es creativo y tiene libertad de espíritu. Our final batch, I hope you've been doing well. Un modelo puede ser fotogénico, grande y delgado. Normalmente un arquitecto es lógico, creativo, organizado y riguroso. Al sacerdote le gusta el contacto con otras personas, dedicado y paciente. Muy bien. That was a super tricky activity for us to work through today with our matching up, bringing our reading skills and our translation skills into practice. We've reached the end of our lesson. Can you complete your speech bubble for this session? ¿Cómo eres tú? What sort of person are you? ¿Cuáles son tus habilidades, tus capacidades? What are your skills, your cualidades, your qualities? What sort of person are you? Y dime, ¿en qué trabajas? And what's your job? I'm hoping that your skills and your qualities match up with your puesto de trabajo. As always, if you're working through this at home and you're attending an in-person class with us, bring along your work to class so that your teacher can check in with you and give you the feedback and support that you need. If you're enjoying our mini lessons, do hop on to our website at speechbubblelanguages.co.uk to find a class near you. Hasta la próxima todos. Until next time, everyone. Adios y muchísimas gracias. Bye, everyone. Thanks loads.